It's designed to address about a third of Nvidia's install base. A third of the gaming install base. A third of the gaming install base has GPUs that are like 960s, 970s, and 1060s. The 2060 is just a huge upgrade for them. It's priced at $349. Incredibly well priced. We're going to do incredibly well with this. Okay, so that was the first announcement. We announced that it's also going to be bundled with either Battlefield 5 with ray tracing or Anthem, the latest game that just came out, about to come out. And so you can decide whether you would like to have Battlefield 5 or Anthem. We showed for the very first time that it is possible to play with ray tracing turned on and not sacrifice any performance at all. That was something that nobody thought was possible. And the reason for that is when you turn on ray tracing, the amount of computation that's necessary goes way up. And the reason for that is because instead of processing triangles, you're now processing light rays. The amount of computation necessary for ray tracing, we have known for a long time, is many orders of magnitude more intensive than rasterization. So the solution that we created was to use artificial intelligence to learn from a whole large volume of wonderfully rendered images. And we taught this AI that if you saw this image with fewer pixels completed, you can predict the remaining pixels, with incredible fidelity. And we showed this technology, it's called DLSS, Deep Learning Super Sampling. Okay, Deep Learning Super Sampling. We showed this technology rendering 2 images, and the image rendered by DLSS is just beautiful. You're sitting there, 1440p, gigantic screen, and it just popped out beauty to you. And so for the very first time, we can now render ray traced, turn on artificial intelligence, and boost the performance at the same time. And as a result, when we turned on ray tracing on Battlefield 5 versus no ray tracing, the performance was the same. So now you get beautiful images and you get to play it at very high speeds. That was the magic of RTX. A brand new way of doing computer graphics. This is the beginning of next generation graphics, next generation gaming. The second thing we announced was a record number of notebooks built for RTX GPUs. 40 brand new notebooks are available starting January 29th. This cycle we have designed into more laptops than any time in the history of our company. Not only that, we invented this technology 2 years ago called Max-Q. Max-Q is the point where you get maximum efficiency and maximum performance at the same time. It's that knee of the curve. And that knee of the curve is not exactly the knee of the curve in the sense that there's some plot and we simply run it at the knee of the curve. It simply means that we're optimizing for maximum performance and maximized efficiency at the same time. It's a GPU architecture solution, chip design, system software, and a connection to the cloud where every single game is perfectly optimized for every laptop to operate at the Max-Q point. That cloud service is called GeForce Experience, and it has a Max-Q optimization. And so working with all the notebook vendors, we now announced 17 Max-Q notebooks. Last year we had 7. All last year we had 7. Just in the first month of this year we have 17. So the number of Max-Q notebooks that have come out is just incredible. What you get is essentially a very powerful notebook, but it's also thin and light. 18 millimeters thick, 15-inch, bezel-less notebook with a 2080 inside. It is kind of crazy. 18 millimeters with a 2080 inside. It's twice the performance of a PlayStation 4 at 1/3 the volume. Just think about that. And you get a keyboard and a battery to go with it. And a display. And so, Max-Q has made it possible for gamers to basically have a powerful gaming platform to take with them wherever they go. They can play anywhere they like. The notebook gaming market is one of the fastest growing game platforms in the world. It is one of our fastest growing businesses. And the vast majority of the world's gamers don't have gaming notebooks today, gaming laptops today. That's going to change with RTX and Max-Q. It's going to change starting January 29th. So put your order in. All of your laptops can be enhanced. So that was the second announcement that we made. The third announcement that we made yesterday, so that was the gaming side. That was the gaming side. And there's some other announcements that we made. For example, we think that building a gaming laptop is different than building a laptop for gamers. And the reason for that is a gamer is a human too. And they want to do things like 3D design and video editing and photo editing. They want to do all of those things that we all love to do, but they just happen to be a gamer. And it turns out a lot of gamers love design. They love to create in digital, they love to create in 3D, they're really comfortable with medium. And so we made it possible for the RTX laptops to not only be great gaming machines, but to render like a workstation, to do pro video like a workstation. And for the very first time, you could edit raw 6K red video, cinematic video in real time on a notebook. Impossible anytime before now. So really, really great stuff. We talked about the work that we did with OBS to integrate the professional quality video encoder that is inside the RTX and hook it up to the OBS game broadcasting system. People love to broadcast their games to Twitch and YouTube and have a lot of followers and so on. So 8 million broadcasters around the world. And so we made it possible for them to broadcast without having two large PCs. They can now broadcast on just one RTX card or even on the notebook. They can use their laptop as a broadcasting workstation. Pretty amazing. So that's all the gaming stuff that we announced on the first day. The second day, we announced two things. We announced, you can sit down. You can sit. No, on a chair, Carrie. Carrie-san. Happy New Year. Sit on a chair. This is not tatami. No, this is not clean like Japan. Carrie-san, do not sit on the ground. This is not clean like Japan. Yeah, I don't want you to catch anything.